Hello everyone, Dynamode here. Yes, you read the title right. This is something that's been on my mind for quite some time. Before I go any further, I just want to say that I am not attacking, blaming, or belittling anyone or anything like interest groups whatsoever. If I see a comment that has some type of political affiliation, I will delete it. Anyways, what I'm about to say, the simple statement for this video is this. In terms of quality character design, not quantity, I repeat, quality, for black women, Western gaming developers and publishers, you guys are so far behind compared to Japanese developers, and that's disappointing. I noticed a huge disparity how they are portrayed between those regions. Japanese gaming developers, they design black female characters to be more feminine, colorful, stylized, and sexy, who are often seen as celebrated and appreciated. While on the other side, the majority, not all, just the majority, of Western gaming developers and publishers often design this demographic to be more masculine, dull, conservative, and safe. Now, as crazy as it may sound, I began to recognize this as a pattern when video games became more popular and mainstream throughout the years, and why I view Japanese developers who are always being more creative and experimenting when it comes to designing this demographic. What I'm about to show you is based on my experience and observation that I like to share, so you'll understand what I'm trying to say. This all started when I was playing Apex Legends, a free-to-play battle royale shooter game with a diverse cast of characters. Every new season, they come out with a new playable character, some good, some bad, others are mixed. But then I began to notice a pattern. There is this weird portrayal of light-skinned women who are more feminine versus dark-skinned women who are more masculine. May sound kinda odd to you, but let me show you why. If you line up all the dark-skinned girls in this game, notice all of them. They are either butch or tomboyish, and they all have broad, polygonal designs, and their attitudes are very assertive and aggressive. Crazy, right? Now, if you compare that to their light-skinned girls right here, notice their features. They have elegant facial structures with bright eyes, curvaceous bodies from waist to hip, and it's easily shown here. Overall, their attitudes are more womanly. But wait a minute, some of you may argue, what about Loba? Is she not dark-skinned too? Well then, if you want me to bring up this sophisticated color chart right here, let's see where this character lands. Don't you all find that kind of suspicious? It's not just me, is it? Okay, I'm gonna backpedal real quick. I can hear some of you say, Dynamode, you're just nitpicking. That's just a coincidence. Okay then, let me bring up another game. Mortal Kombat X. The character, Jackie Briggs. All she has is military fatigues and combat boots, and her design is most dull and boring compared to every other character in the game. Now we have another game, one of my favorites, Uncharted, an action-adventure title. There's this character named Nadine Ross, and her personality, she's shown to be hyper-aggressive and portraying strong masculine traits. And so from these examples, my main issue with Western developers and publishers is that they confine black women in a small box, giving them the most common attributes, like large muscular frames, militarized personas, and short hair. For comparison's sake, let me show you what the Japanese gaming industry has done for black female characters. Examples are Sheva Alamore from Resident Evil 5, Dolores from King of Fighters 15, Master Raven from Tekken 7, Shinobu Jacobs from No More Heroes, Simone from Cannon Spike, Gracie from Fighting Vipers, Darlie Dagger from Samurai Showdown. Though some people are gonna oppose to that and say, wait a minute, isn't Darlie physically imposing with all her muscles? Well, yes, that is true, but let's not forget, Darlie is not afraid to show some skin. She fights in a bikini. And finally, the most recent character is Kimberly, a urban ninja that uses spray cans as tools and weapons. As you can see, they all look very different from each other. None of them follow a certain theme at all. One can argue that the commonality with these Japanese influenced design characters is that they simply transfer their own culture onto said characters. Inherently, there's nothing wrong with that because at least they are willing to try and experiment and think outside the box, giving them extra flair and personality, thereby making them distinguishable from one another. Plus, look at their hairstyles. They give them hair. Wonderful hair. Why is that so damn hard? Look, I'm not mad at Western developers and publishers. I'm just more so disappointed in their ways of choosing the safe route for black women, and therefore almost all of them look alike. Again, I said it before, they look dull, boring, conservative, and safe. You gotta think outside the box, man. And when I say that, not all Western developers are like that. There's hope out there. Some of them like to design beautiful black women. You just don't see it as often. For example, there's this game called Deathloop, a beautiful girl named Juliana. There's also this game called Redfall, starring Layla. And there's also the upcoming character, I forgot her name, from Forspoken. And finally, another character is Nilin from Remember Me. I'm just kind of confused that why does most black women from Western developed video games are not seen as often as compared to Japanese, who are more distinct, stylized, colorful, and sexy. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Dynamo out.